Welcome to your Business Calculus lesson 3.2. We're going to talk more about derivatives. Okay, so derivatives of lines and line segments with defined slopes are going to be the slope of that actual original function. So if you look right here, we have a line segment that has a slope of 2. And so if you look here, the derivative for the x values from 0 to 1, the derivative function is equal to 2. Here, if we look at our line segment goes from 1, 2 to 4, 3. So 1, 2 to 4, 3 is going to give us 3 minus 2 is our change in y, so 1. And 4 minus 2 as our change in x, and so that's going to give us a slope of 1/3. And so here you can see it's at 1/3. Right here we have a constant which has a horizontal line segment which has a slope of 0. So here's its derivative with the equation y equals 0 from 4 to 6. And then here we have a slope going from the point 6,3 to 9,0. And so that's going to, let's see, the difference from 3 to 0 is -3. And then from 6 to 9 is +3. And so that's going to divide out to be a slope of -1. And here we have our derivative having the value of y equals -1 from x equals 6 to x equals 9. So when you're working with line segments that have defined slopes, the slope is then the derivative. So what we're saying is that the derivative of f of x equals x is going to be 1. The derivative of f of x equals x squared is going to be 2x. I wonder if the derivative of f of x equals x cubed is 3x squared. And you know what? It is. So here's the general, we're going to do a general rule, but first we're going to do some notation. There are all kinds of ways to indicate that you want a derivative. We've seen f prime of x. There's also dy dx. If we're doing our functions as y equals, we can do y prime. We can also do d dx of f of x, and we can also do capital dx of y. All right, the power rule. If n is a rational number, then the function f of x equals x to the n is differentiable, and the derivative of x to the n is n times x to the n minus 1. You need to memorize this. The derivative of f of x equals x to the n is f prime of x equals n times x to the n minus 1 power. All right, we want to use the power rule to find d dx x to the 32nd. And so that's going to be 32 times x to the 32 minus 1, so 31. So 32 x to the 31st power. A function is called differentiable at x equals a if f prime of a exists. If the function is differentiable for all values in its domain, it's called a differentiable function. Okay, so go ahead and try the problems in your problem set. We will finish those up in class. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thank you so much for watching the video.